Skip it up and that up. Comb your mullets, get out your whitewashed jeans, and prepare to kick some post-apocalyptic ass. This is Trojan for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Trojan was originally an arcade game that came out in 1986 and was ported over to the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1987. Although the story is basic like most of the games of its time, it's actually still very interesting. It takes place after a nuclear war, post-apocalypse scenario, and your character is hired on to get rid of an evil dictator, also known as Achilles. Yeah, they went with the whole futuristic Trojan War thing and just threw the names in there because they sounded cool. So don't expect a Greek history lesson from this game. Although I'd love to know how the main character fought in such nut-crunching jeans. So anyway, back to the gameplay. Trojan is very similar to a lot of other side-scrolling action games of its time. Kung Fu comes to mind, Russian attack, you go through all 6 stages and attack all the bad guys. It's very straightforward. However, there is some extra nuances to Trojan that make it superior to the previous games I mentioned. One of the things I love is that your character in Trojan has a sword and shield, which in itself doesn't seem like a big deal. The coolest thing is with the shield. The A button makes you pull out your shield, and it doesn't just go left and right. You could actually move the shield in multiple directions. So if an enemy is attacking you from above, you could block his projectiles from above. It's very cool and adds a whole new dimension to the gameplay that other side-scrolling action games didn't have at the time. Now, when it came to arcade games being ported over to the NES, it's usually safe to say that the original version, the arcade version, was always superior to the NES port. But when it comes to Trojan, that's absolutely not true. The NES version kicks the original arcade version's ass. It has power-ups, secret rooms, and a versus mode, where you and a buddy duke it out in a 1 versus 1 battle. It's interesting to note that the NES version of Trojan was Capcom's first attempt at the fighting game genre. If there's anything negative that I could say about Trojan is that the game is extremely short. The game is not that challenging and you could whiz through the entire 6 levels in about 15 minutes. I understand this game was released in 1987 and all arcade games back then were extremely short, but could you imagine spending $50 on a game and being done with it in less than a half an hour? I would rage. However, with that being said, Trojan is a blast to play. It has great controls, a ton of action, and is a fantastic trip down memory lane. You could find this game dirt cheap, and I strongly recommend that you pick it up. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rich of ReviewTech USA. For more gaming and technology reviews, go to ReviewTechUSA.com. Thank you for watching.